Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brick Care Court here at the Box in Canyon, Texas, the home campus, West Texas A&M. Tonight, the number 11 ranked Lady Buffs take on the Cameron Aggies in Lone Star Conference matchup, and we are glad to have you joining us here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. I'm Lucas Kinsey. Joining me tonight, my broadcast partner, Corin Davis, and also tonight, the Thunder Vision production team, your director, Jacob Griffin. On the cameras tonight, DJ Brooks, Dylan McMullen, and Gavin Rutherford Baca. So we're glad to have you with us, and tonight a special night. As you can see, a lot of pink out on the court. It is Dig Pink Night here in Canyon, Texas, and obviously October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Corin, I'm wearing my pink. We needed to get you a headband, something. I know you have pink in your wardrobe, I'm sure, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's white, black, and pink. So okay. I hate that I didn't wear pink tonight.
Well, that's okay. So let's talk just a little bit about for this tonight. There's actually going to be something pretty cool they're going to do at the start of the match.
Yes, so tonight when the Lady Buffs score their first point of the night, the fans are going to paint the floor pink with streamers. This is something I've never seen before or heard of, for that matter. So very creative, and it's just awesome to get to honor the fighters who are battling this disease, and my thoughts and prayers go out to every family member, every person who is having to deal with it. Yeah,
everybody knows someone who has gone through it, and like you said, survivors and family members that have been affected. So a great cause tonight, and we're excited to have this one for you. For West Texas A&M, mentioned that they're number 11 in the country, 20 wins, 4 losses. They are a perfect 12-0 in Lone Star Conference play. The match streak is on that lucky, or as some people see it, unlucky. I think it's a lucky. I'm going to call it lucky 13. My son wears number 13 in basketball, and so I like number 13. But it's a 13-match win streak for WT. 9 of those 13 wins have been straight 3-set sweeps. This team is on fire, and if you're Cameron, you're coming into town and you're looking at some of the scores and you're going, oh my goodness, how do we come in here and even try to take a set like Eastern did last week in a loss? It's a tough spot for the Aggies to be in.
Absolutely. You know, obviously it's already a daunting task taking on Lady Buffs in the box. I think I got to chat with head coach Brandon Stevenson before the game today, and I just asked him what he feels they need to accomplish as a team in order to get the win tonight, and he really honed in on offensive production. He needs his front line to execute, especially his middles, and then he needs his serve receive to be polished, because like I was talking with you a few weeks ago when I was on here, serve receive, first contact is one of the most important things in volleyball, because if you don't get a pass, then you can't make a play.
Yeah. Looking at last week with the Lady Buffs, they had the win on Saturday against Eastern New Mexico. This week, the Lady Buffs, they do it again. They win the Lone Star Conference Player of the Week awards. Kayla Elliott and Ainsley Malice received the LSC awards after Blair Moreland had done so the previous week with the setter. So Ainsley, let's talk first about Ainsley and the job that she's done transferring in this season. Lady Buffs like to go with the 2 setters, and again, they have 2 setters who are so balanced.
Absolutely. I think that these 2 setters, both Blair and Ainsley, they're calm, they're cool, and I think that gives the hitters the confidence that they need. They put the ball in their hands, they're consistent. The hitters are not having to really work a whole lot to get in the air for the ball. They put it in their hands, and I think that's partly why we've seen such good offensive production from the Lady Buffs this season. For the season,
Ainsley 411 assists, and you compare that with Blair Moreland, who she's tremendous as well. The preseason setter of the year in the conference, she has 452. Now, Kayla Elliott. Let's talk about Kayla, who we love watching play. She's so fun, and they talked about the energy that she brings. Kayla obviously did a great job last week, and she was awarded as the Player of the Week in the conference this season. She's continuing to do what she has done the previous seasons on the service line. That's lead the Lady Buffs in aces with 22. But Kayla's hitting .316. She's so efficient, over 100 kills with 129. And she often times starts and finishes the block party at the net.
Oh, absolutely. I think that they started this thing called Waka Blocka.
Yes, Brad
every
Stark.
time she did. I love that. It fits Kayla to a T. She is such a great leader on and off the court, no matter what, and she's her presence is known, and I think that's super important, especially for a middle, because they are the ones that ultimately they're the threat. They're
Yeah.
the threat. They close the block. They make the plays, and she does a great job in her position.
I think we have the Lone Star Conference standings graphic. We're going to pull that up here for you in just a second. There's only 3 matches going on tonight. Ours here against Cameron. Dallas Baptist is on the road taking on St. Edwards. And then UT Tyler's on the road at University of Arkansas Fort Smith. You can see the standings right there. WT's at the top. Dallas Baptist, International, then UT Tyler. You're starting to get in that part where for WT, the postseason is almost there, but they still want to take care of business in the regular season.
Absolutely. I think that these next few weeks are crucial. Something that Kendra and the rest of the crew really focus on is the game that is right in front of them. They don't look too far ahead, and they don't live in the past. They definitely focus on what's ahead of them, and right now they are focused on competing against Cameron.
All right, tonight it is the Aggies. We will have the national anthem for you here. As again, West Texas A&M taking on the Cameron Aggies. You look at this all-time series, it is all WT. 53 wins and only 3 losses against the Aggies. Lady Buffs are on a 7-match win streak. We'll talk about that more here in just a little bit. Let's pause now. We'll have our national anthem for you.
By the WT Band in the Box.
Great job there by the West Texas A&M band. And Lucas Kinsey here with Corin Davis. Glad to have you joining us for tonight's broadcast. West Texas A&M taking on the Cameron Aggies. And we'll let we'll go ahead and start off talking about Cameron first. And so Corin, Cameron right now, a tough record this season. 5 wins, 22 losses. They have not won a conference match to this point. They're 0-12. The team has been close. You go back last week, they lost against Eastern New Mexico in 5, and so they were very close. The coaches right now, obviously, they just want to build. If you're coming into tonight, you're going set by set. But as we look at the Aggies, who are some players that you're looking to highlight tonight?
I think outside hitter number 10, Jo Neverett.
Yeah.
I talked with Coach a little bit before the game as well. She's just coming off of an injury, but she's back and better than ever. You will see her. It's 6 rotations tonight all the way around. The number 11, Ariana Neverett, sister of Jo Neverett. So you've got the sister duo. She's actually 65 kills away from 1,000.
Okay.
So, she definitely has a goal tonight. And then number 13, he mentioned Caitlin Henderson. He really expects a lot of offensive production from her tonight, so I think that we should expect, to see a lot of balls go to her.
For Cameron, we talked about the series and it being heavily in favor of West Texas A&M. Got to go back to 2015, the last time that Cameron defeated the Lady Buffs. That was in 5 sets in Aggie Gym, one of the really nostalgic places in the Lone Star Conference, an old school brick gym. The smell of popcorn when you walk in, similar to the box here. But a long time since the Aggies have taken down West Texas A&M. You talked about head coach Brandon Stevenson. This was interesting, kind of doing some research on Coach Stevenson, an athlete, all-around athlete. Volleyball coach, obviously, he's been at some places, Barton Community College, also was at Lamar University before coming to Cameron. But we found out, Corin, he was a stellar offensive lineman back in his days in high school and in the junior college ranks.
Which is very interesting how you convert from a O-lineman to a volleyball coach, but props to him for being able to do it. We were talking before this. I wonder what their practices are like. Is it physical contact?
They're the most physical team in the conference, right?
Exactly.
So that's Cameron. We'll turn our attention as you see the crowd there. A lot of pink in the crowd here at the box as it is big pink night here for West Texas A&M. The Lady Buffs, the 13-match win streak, and for West Texas A&M, we talked about this trying to wrap up the regular season. The Lady Buffs are going for, Corin, a 20th regular season Lone Star Conference championship. They've won 19 in the program's history. The last one, though, came in 2014. Lady Buffs did win the LSC tournament last year and then went on, won the regional tournament, went to the Elite Eight. But you know that's important to go through the grind of the Lone Star Conference and say we were the regular season champions.
Absolutely. And I think, we've been hearing Kendra and Casey and Brooke really talk about the new pieces to this team, the younger pieces to this team. I think that what has set them apart is that the youth doesn't show with these girls, and not to mention the depth. I mean, this team is big. You got 20 players, but every player on the team can equally compete as the starting six. I mean, it's a next man up mentality, and I think that's been the difference maker for the Lady Buffs in keeping that undefeated record.
You were talking about, that's a great point. You were talking about youth, and they were showing players like Emma Becker and Tatum Stowe, who have both been so good for the Lady Buffs. Emma had her career high, the season high and career high for the freshman with 17 kills against Eastern New Mexico, so she did a great job there. Let's look at the starters for West Texas A&M for the Lady Buffs, and Tatum will get a start tonight. Also getting a start, sophomore outside hitter and a player you know very well, Ashlyn Vineyard, 5'11" product from Emerald High School.
Absolutely. It's always good to see a super familiar face out there on the court. She's a left-handed hitter. She's very hard to block. I experienced that firsthand, so I think that she's definitely going to be a threat tonight.
Also for the Lady Buffs, we'll see Abby Nash, the outside hitter, Blair Moreland, the setter. Briley Contreras is going to play that libero spot again tonight. Did a great job. Got to interview her on Saturday after the win against Eastern New Mexico. Kayla Elliott, we'll see Waka Blocka, right?
Absolutely.
The middle blocker. And then Tori Miller, outside hitter, the All-American from Brownwood. And as you look at these stats, Corin, we were talking about this as a team. A couple of things down here stand out for the Lady Buffs. First of all, from the service line, and then also at the net.
WT, every year that I have been here, we have struggled on the service line. It's definitely been something that we have had to work through. They have come out this year.
No struggles.
No struggles at all on the service line. It's been incredible to watch. The last game I came to, they had 13 aces against SWASU, which is absolutely incredible. And then their defense, I mean, Kayla last week getting Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Week solely from her blocks, 12 blocks against Eastern New Mexico. I mean, you've got to commend their discipline and their effort up at the net.
We look at the Lady Buffs for West Texas A&M. Talk about that. You mentioned the blocking. For the opposition, what does that do when you know, I mean, even on a good set, I've got defenders right in my face. What are you having to think about in terms of changing up your approach and your style there?
No, you definitely see a lot more tips, a lot more roll shots, and so, the defense, if they're smart enough, they'll know to kind of creep up on that, especially when you get 2-3 blocks in a row. Your hitters are going to let up. They're going to tip. They're going to roll shot. And it may be right over the block. It may be deep to the corners. But they're not going to have that hard attack like they had the first few times.
Yeah. For the Cameron Aggies, we will see libero Megan Jimenez, 5'3" junior out of Lubbock. Also, middle blocker Jessica Lifkett, 6'2" junior, transferred from Navarro Junior College. Trinity Maldonado wears number 5, a junior from Colorado Springs. Camila Balsoni, a 5'3" defensive specialist out of Brazil. We know they like their volleyball in Brazil, and she's a talented player. The Navarrete sisters, and then you mentioned Caitlin Henderson, a 5'10" junior from Dallas. If you're the Aggies, and we say this every time when someone comes into the box, you need a good, solid start. What do you want? If you're Coach Stevenson, what do you want to see your team do here at the start of set number 1?
Definitely control the controllables. Serve, receive, serving. I mean, you've got to be able to execute the basic fundamental things. But against a really good WT team, like he was talking about, you've got to have really good offensive production. You've got to establish your really good hitters early on in order to, get the lead.
Well, it starts off with a serve into the net, and that's what you meant by paint the floor pink.
That is incredible. Look at that. How long do you think that it's going to take to clean that up?
Here's what I'm thinking, Corin. I've been around gyms for long enough in my life that the custodians are, if they're watching, they are just cringing right now. That's a lot of cleanup, but they're going to get some help here from the players and cheerleaders. So that's pretty cool to see.
That's awesome.
Again, for the Lady Buffs and the Aggies tonight with Dig Pink Night. And that is pretty cool and fun. It's not the way that Coach Stevenson wanted that first point to come, which was a serve into the net, but nonetheless, it's a 1-point lead for West Texas A&M.
You know, maybe this will give them some time to regroup off of that.
You know what else they could have done is silly string, right?
Oh, then the custodians, we wouldn't have seen them at all tonight. They would have left.
Oh, see, now that's a hard-working gal down there. There's Jordan Ballard for West Texas A&M, the Sports Information Department down there. Bucky's chipping in. It is truly a team effort tonight.
Kudos to them for doing that quickly. Wow.
Very nice. So it's 1-0, and now Kayla Elliott to serve for the Lady Buffs. Works the line there. And a miscue from Cameron as an attack error from Caitlin Henderson.
You know, I will say that was a really good pass. A great start to first contact. And hopefully they can build off of that.
Well, and that's what Coach talked about, serve, receive. You want to make sure that passing is there. So it's a 2-0 lead early for the Lady Buffs, set number 1 here at the box. That one punched over, and Elliott handles it. Good dig on the back row for Cameron. Overpass. So the Aggies have a chance. They'll try the right side. And a smart tip. Really, that's what you were talking about with the block. And the hitters having to adjust. Caitlin Henderson did just that.
And you have to commend their out-of-system attack there, too. She was able to get it up and over to get a play going.
So first point for the Aggies. It's 1 serving 2. Serve over from Jessica Lipkett. Nice job, Tori, early getting started. Again, tools the block and is able to score the point. Just so much power that, you know, even when you say the defense is there, the hands are in her face, sometimes it doesn't even matter.
Absolutely. You know, the block can be one of your greatest friends and your biggest enemies.
Ainsley Mouse, the serve that goes out. So a service error gives a point back to Cameron.
And you know, as Cameron, you're going to have to let WT make those mistakes. You know, you're going to have to be disciplined back there. Eyes.
Nash with a good pass over to Malice. They're a little off there, so it's a free ball coming here for Cameron. Big swing, but again, that one's out. Natalia Arahushu.
Looked like she was going for hands on that one, but she wasn't able to get anything.
Let's try that again. Arawusho. There we go. It's a nice last name there. All-name team maybe for the conference. Cameron out of system there, and the ball goes into the net. That's not the serve receive that you want to get.
It looked like there might have been a communication issue against or with the libero as well on that play.
So Lady Buffs now lead by 3 as Tori is on the service line, and hers a little flat and early on, you know, and you're going to get those. WT talked about how great of a serving team they are, but they're very aggressive. So Coach Potts is okay with a few of those, right?
Sure, yes, absolutely. When you're serving aggressive, you're going to have to give yourself some grace, give your team some grace, because with that comes mistakes.
Alice Tucci serves for Cameron, pushes Nash back. She gets it right back off of the set, but that's why that first pass is so important, right? They were just a little off.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of out-of-system plays so far, and when you're trying to stay ahead, keep the lead, that's definitely not a position you want to be in.
Malice works Stowe in the middle, and she's so good at that approach right there. It's hard to defend.
Absolutely, the quick arm swing too. Sometimes it's hard to read. When you're a back row player, it's hard to read that quick arm swing.
And give credit on the assist as well that time to Malice. That one's going to go down. Nicely done for Cameron. They get the kill. It goes off the hands of Contreras, and a nice point for the Aggies, who early on, some mistakes made by WT, but like you said, capitalize if you're Cameron and you're only down by 1 point.
Absolutely. Coach
Stevenson.
Yeah. Coach Stevenson talked about how he wanted offensive production early on, and I think that, they're going to have to earn the points that WT gives them.
The slide almost worked there for the Aggies. Torrey with a nice up, good hustle from Malice. Nash adjusts. The Aggies really with a chance. And they're going to score again. Some scrappy play on that possession there by Cameron. We're tied 6, serving 6. And some low numbers as a result of all the mistakes being made in the hit percentage.
Lots of out of system.
It's low serve. They're still going to get one up for Torrey. And Cameron, good hustle. The libero nearly popped that ball up. But again, that's a nice read from number 31, your All-American.
Great ball placement there, too.
It was Jimenez that nearly popped that ball up for Cameron. So the Lady Buffs now lead 7, serving 6. Blair Moreland, the lefty, puts it over. They're going to work the right side. Easily handled by the Lady Buffs in the middle. Good block touch by Cameron on Elliott. And defensively, got to like what Cameron's doing early in the set. And you play good defense, it leads to offense, right?
They're reading it very, very well, both on the front line and on the back line. They're forcing WT to mix their shots up, And I think that's what they're going to have to do, chip away every point.
That serve goes into the net. Yeah, on the season, you look at Cameron, they're only hitting 127, but opponents only hitting 187.
They're a good blocking team. They really are. In a press conference earlier this week, Kendra talked about how they're going to have really good block coverage. The back row, the people who are not up, they've got to be ready for that ball to come back down.
Mistake made there by the Aggies, so another point to West Texas A&M. Abby Nash on the service line. The Lady Buffs up by 2. First set here at Brick Care Court at the Box is WT trying to win for a 14th straight time and also try to stay perfect in Lone Star Conference play. Right side attack, and it goes down. Lady Buffs not able to bring it back, and that was a smart play by Angeline Navarrete.
She was able to find that sweet spot right over the block. Seems to be working for them well. That's the second time tonight that they have scored off of that.
Elliott.
I think that might have been out.
I thought it was out at first glance. Line judge called it in, but the officials do a good job in overruling that situation. Is that ball outside the white line. And so a point to the Aggies on the attack error by West Texas A&M. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Nice set to the...
Every piece of that play was incredible, which led to Torrey getting the kill. Great pass by Abby.
Yep.
Great set by Blair.
And then Torrey did the rest.
And Torrey did the rest. If you put the ball in her hands,
yeah,
she's going to take care of business.
Service ace there for Kayla Elliott. So the last 2 points, Lady Buffs really getting into a rhythm. But the Aggies hanging tough early in this first set. Oh, did she touch that one?
That looked like a touch.
At the last second.
Doesn't look like they're going to challenge it.
Yeah, the defensive player backed off, and that give her credit back there.
Sure.
Because Elliott, she's going to make you make a decision, right? 50-50.
She has a very lethal serve in that aspect. She definitely makes you wonder, it's last minute, makes you wonder, is that ball going to be in or out?
It's a good job on the right side. The Lady Buffs, as it was a good set from Moreland, and they were able to put one down with Ashlyn Vineyard.
From the lefty.
Tough to defend, huh?
Absolutely. One of the hardest to defend.
Back to a 2-point lead. Malice serves, and that
was in.
It was.
That one was in. That was the serve I was talking to you about before the game, about how it goes one way and then the trajectory changes last minute.
Coach Stevenson not happy right now as his team is trailing by 3 and 4. And again, you cannot give up the aces. And the Lady Buffs now with 3 service aces early on, and they lead 14-10. A quick timeout taken here by Cameron. We'll step aside, come back with more volleyball. Lady Buffs lead by 4 in set number 1 on Dig Pink Night at the Box.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to the box. West Texas A&M right now leads as the fans celebrating a little bit here and enjoying the Lady Buff lead in set number 1, 14-10. Lucas Kinsey along with Corin Davis bringing you the broadcast tonight. The Thunder Vision production team. So West Texas A&M tonight taking on Cameron, and Friday they will go to western New Mexico. Long road trip to Silver City, right?
7 hours. 7 hours.
So they'll take on the Mustangs and then wrap up conference play next Friday and Saturday, November 4th at home against Kingsville, number 5th against Texas A&M International, and then it's postseason play. Good job defensively there by Torrey. But the Lady Buffs out of sorts there, and an attack error, I guess you can call it there, and an error all the way around defensively.
Yes, those are definitely the plays that you've just kind of got to get the ball over and regroup, and those are not plays that should be in the net.
So the Aggies get the point, trail by 3. Emma Becker into the game. Emma Becker, instant offense.
Great way to use the hands, especially she was very inside. The block read her well. She said, nope, I'm going this way.
Again, just dominant last Saturday against Eastern New Mexico, 17 kills, a high percentage. You talk about Emma and what she does offensively with her attack percentage. It's way up as the Lady Buffs get a service ace. What's she hitting on the season?
307, which is incredible for a freshman. That's amazing. And she's usually an outside hitter. They've moved her to the right side this year. She hasn't skipped a beat.
Try to set in the middle. Malice is able to pop it up, but the Lady Buffs cannot get it back over the net, so point for Cameron. So talk about that, Corin, for Emma, the adjustment going from outside to right side. What is she having to change up?
You know, when you're a right-handed hitter on the right side, you have less court to work with.
Okay.
And it's harder to maneuver around the block. And just like a left-handed hitter on the right side is so much more efficient than, or I shouldn't say more efficient, but it's easier than if they were on the left side because there's more court to work with. So kudos to her for making that adjustment.
That one went into the stands. It was a little off, and it's a point for Cameron. So back to a 3-point deficit. They're going to try Nash. Defended well by the Aggies. That was off a touch.
That was a great pipe, way to utilize her in the back row. If you can establish an offensive threat in the back row, that is an advantage on the other team.
Just a 2-point lead for West Texas A&M right now. 14 serves 16. That last point by Ariana Navarrete. Becker winds up. Good defensive play by Cameron. They got kind of a tough look there as it goes up and hits the light up at the top, and they weren't not able to track it back. But to be able to get that ball back up was a good job defensively.
Sure, absolutely. And thankful the lights didn't come down either.
Right. Getting those lights hanging down there, and you never know which direction the ball's coming after it deflects off. That's a service ace for Briley Contreras. And that lead stretched up again to 4, 18-14. Low hitting percentages, though. Right now, Cameron hitting 125. The Lady Buffs just .050. And they still lead. Wow, that one was going down in a hurry. Joe Navarrete
She was able to find the hole in that block.
You mentioned it, Corin, a few minutes ago, but WT, especially defensively, just a little out of sorts in this first set.
Absolutely. And I think that if they can establish and execute their serve receive, they will be able to do what Emma Becker just did right there. But definitely it starts on the serve receive line. I mean, you've got to be able to make a pass.
Yep.
And if you don't, then it eliminates hitters. You know, you only have one, maybe two hitters.
Yeah, when they are able to use all their options at their disposal, very dangerous. And Lady Buffs lead 19-15. That one out on the attack error against Cameron. Point West Texas A&M.
And that's what the Lady Buffs are going to do. They're just going to have to let Cameron make the mistakes.
And another timeout will be taken here from Brandon Stevenson as his team, again, being gritty here in set number one, but they trail 20-15. We'll step aside, be back with more volleyball. You're watching the Lady Buffs and the Aggies here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
There you see the cheerleaders for West Texas A&M with the pink pom-poms tonight. It's Dig Pink Night here at the box. And a great cause tonight. Lady Buffs with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, promoting that. And right now the Lady Buffs with an early lead. We're still having more costumes. We're going to catch some more costumes tonight. We had some great superhero costumes last Saturday. We had a dad that was dressed, we decided it was a hippo costume with his daughter that he brought out to the box. So you never know what you're going to see when you come to the box, right, Corin?
And you really, honestly, you don't see dads dress up a whole lot.
Yeah.
So you got to give props to the dad.
Cameron gets the point, cuts the lead to 4. Good job at the net. They deny Elliott from scoring. Nash winds up, and good to see Abby put one down there off of the touch.
Great aggressive swing into the block using those hands. Like I said, the block can be your best friend or your greatest enemy.
So it's a 5-point advantage for West Texas A&M. And Nash goes back to serve. Really good pass.
Yes.
Nice dig from Nash. Moreland's going to try Tori Miller. Good idea.
She said, I can do it better.
Tori, 4 for 4 so far. The really cool thing with Tori, though, is you look at offensively, great job, but she leads the team with 4 digs.
She does. You know, she's an all-around player. And, you know, I listening to Casey and Kendra talk about how when she was a freshman, they wanted her back row so that she can produce offensively, but she really took on that defensive role and that serve receive role. She mastered that part of it too, which is super special.
Yeah, not many players can do that.
Absolutely.
And do it at a high level. Speaking of high level, nice job there for Cameron. They're able to put one down. Tell you what, the Navarrete sisters, they're as good as advertised.
They're a great duo, I can tell you that much. It's almost like they grew up together.
Yeah, it's exactly. And, you know, what I'm seeing, I'm learning throughout the conference, Corin. It's not just WT with that Arizona connection. The 2 sisters from Tucson, Arizona, Casey Shingler from Tucson, Arizona. A lot of really good volleyball played in the state.
There's something in the water in Tucson, Arizona.
Kind of driven through Arizona. Actually stayed maybe one night in Phoenix, but not a lot of travels in Arizona. How about you?
I went to spring training a few times in Arizona. I went to Phoenix, and I thought it was absolutely incredible.
Yep. You go to Phoenix, and you understand quickly why everyone owns a swimming pool, though, right?
Oh my gosh. Exactly. You know, something that I found interesting about Phoenix is there were cactus, there were mountains, and there were palm trees, which you can't say the same for a lot of places.
Here's set point for the Lady Buffs.
Great up by Kayla.
They're going to try Navarrete again. Moreland kept it alive. Elliott to Nash, and that's how the first set is going to end. Great hustle from the Lady Buffs, leads to a first set win, 25-17 over Cameron. So the Lady Buffs lead the match 1-0. We'll take a timeout, come back, get some stats for you, and start set number 2 from the box. We're back with more volleyball after this timeout.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best. Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome back to Brick Care Court at the box. Lucas Kinsey, Corin Davis hanging out with you from up top tonight as the Lady Buffs take set number 1. They win it 25-17, and it's interesting, Corin, it felt like in that first set, WT didn't play their best volleyball, and you still won the first set by 8 points.
Absolutely. I saw some chaos, like I've talked about throughout this first set.
Would you say controlled chaos?
Controlled chaos, for sure. There was a little bit of chaos, but there was a lot of out of system.
Okay.
And when you're out of system, you don't have the best chance to execute.
Yep.
And so I think that's something that the Lady Buffs are going to need to work on. Cameron, they had moments of struggle, but they really hung in there well. Their outside hitter got some great looks, and I think that WT is definitely going to have to put up a block on her.
Yeah, Cameron only trailed WT by 3 in the kills department. Diggs 10-13, pretty even there. Mm-hmm. And then early on, to only allow WT with 1 block, that's pretty good as well in set number 1.
Especially for a very defensive-driven team.
So it will be Emma Patterson who will serve to get set number 2 started. Well, that can't happen. You had 2 back row players both look and watch that ball land in. And that's going to get Coach Stevenson up, and you're going to see his face turn a little red there.
There definitely has to be some communication on that ball.
And they get it this time. Again, the passing has been pretty good from Cameron. In spots here early in the match. Wow. A great block by Jessica Lipkett. And that doesn't happen very often, but they just read Tori the entire time, put that one straight back. Tie early 1-1.
Great set block. Both were strong. Their shoulders were tight. Their core was tight. You could tell the ball went right down.
Another player from Brazil, Lipkett, transfer from Navarro Junior College in Texas. They did it again. They blocked Vineyard over on that right side. And Cameron with another opportunity, and they're able to push that one through the hands for another point. That one was number 11, Ariana Navarrete. Great start for Cameron.
Absolutely.
So a 2-1 lead here for the Aggies in set number 2. It's a unique serve style there from number 10, Joe Navarrete. Good hustle to put it over. Lady Buffs have a chance here, though. On the right side, Vineyard. Smart tip, but a good dig there from the Aggies. That swing out, and they did say there was a touch.
Okay. That was a very scrappy rally from Cameron, though. I mean, you saw a lot of different looks on WT's side of things, and they handled it well.
Tatum Stowe serves now, freshman out of Hereford. One of the best blockers in terms of efficiency this year in the country. Cameron able to keep it alive. Good attempt. Moreland goes down and gets the dig. Another good block touch at the net. Cameron just killing it at the net right now with Lipkett and Navarrete. Oh, wow. The hustle from the Aggies. Just bodies diving, selling out. And
wow. What a great rally from both teams. Very scrappy.
It was. And, you know, the fans here love their volleyball. They appreciate their good volleyball. I promise you there were some WT fans that watched that back and forth and really just probably quietly applauded the effort from Cameron.
A lot of one arms, but hey, they got it up.
So 3-2 lead here for the Aggies in set number 2. They trail the match 1-0. Nice spot there from Ashlyn Vineyard. Good to see her getting some opportunities over on that right side.
A great job from her finding the hole, being able to adjust based on what the block is giving her.
Ainsley Malice on to serve here for West Texas A&M, again the conference setter of the week. Really good hustle from Joe Navarrete. Free ball opportunity here for West Texas A&M, though. Becker slowed down again. They've had a really good touch so far in this match. Close with the swing out.
Looking at Becker's arm swing, it is quick.
Yeah.
It is really, really quick.
Yeah, she is a tremendous athlete, and I think she's just going to keep getting better and better, especially with some of the older players that she's going to learn from on this team.
Absolutely. And that's what WT does such a good job of, the Lady Buffs. They don't look at class. They treat you just like a person, and there's no class the minute you step on the court. You are their teammate, and that's it. Great leadership from them.
Aggies just have to roll one over. So Malice is going to put it up for Miller, but that one misses. It's going to be a point off the attack error. Give it to Cameron, and it'll be 4 serving 5. Oh, wow, great job serving there. Pushed it to the back, and some communication issues there between Contreras and Patterson.
She did a great job of hitting that seam, and when you hit those seams, you'll find the communication tends to be harder between the back row players trying to figure out who's going to take that ball.
This time Contreras gets it. Malice pushes outside to Miller.
I think that one was out.
It was. So after starting 4 for 4, Tori is now 5 for 10.
Looked like she might have been going for a hand on that one.
Didn't get it?
Didn't get it.
Malice stays out of the net.
Woo!
And there's the hammer, baby.
The Thor hammer.
That's right. It's Katrina time. Johnson. I might have to lend I still have my Halloween costume from a few years ago when Coach Hughes was Fat Thor. He dressed up as Fat Thor and I was Iron Man, and so I might have to go find that hammer and pass it on to Katrina.
That is incredible. Did he wear the wig too, the long hair?
He did. And then he said he had to get in shape, and he went from Fat Thor to in shape Coach Hughes. That's what he told me.
I'm going to have to see a picture of that.
Okay. Good hustle, but that one's going to go into the crowd and be a point for the Aggies. Give that one to number 13. There's Caitlin Henderson, who Coach Stevenson talked to you about, just a junior out of Dallas.
You have to be impressed with Cameron's fight here. They're not letting up.
This team looks much better than a 5-22 record. There's another ace. And that's kudos to Coach Stevenson, because at this point in the season, Corn, it's a grind. You're getting down to the end of the regular season. You're looking at it, hey, we're not going to probably make the playoffs. What do we still have to play for? Well, they're playing for a lot tonight.
Hopefully they're playing for each other.
Yeah. There's another kill for Katrina Johnson in the middle. So she comes in, does a great job. Stowe back on the floor. Again, Aggies lead by 1 here. 7 serving 8 with Contreras holding the ball. And Cameron just getting a little better from what we saw in set number 1 when they dropped it 25-17. Lady Buffs, good hustle by Sam Jordan. And that's going to be a point for the Lady Buffs.
Great defense by Ainsley Malice, because in the first set, Cameron got them on that sweet spot tip right over the block, and Ainsley was able to get there and get that up.
Good serve from Contreras. Pushes the setter back. They go back row attack. Great offensive swing, but Contreras had an excellent dig. Oh, that was in. Good spot. That's Natalia Arawusho.
That's one of the hardest spots to hit, too. She did a great job of cutting that ball away from the block.
Good serve from the libero, Jimenez. Tell you what, Navarrete is giving the Lady Buffs defense some work. Becker misses. The ball keeps alive here as the rally goes on. Good hustle by Contreras to save that one. Becker will try it
again. She's like, finally. You have to give credit to Tori. Can we take a moment for that set from middle back to Emma Becker?
Well, you said she can do it all.
She can do it all. Wow.
Yeah, Becker, she gets that kill there, but you said it, she had the look on her face like, finally, and that's because Cameron defensively was in her face.
They were. They have made their presence known consistently throughout the match.
Lady Buffs having some success in the middle here in set number 2. This time it's Stowe. So Katrina Johnson comes in and gets a couple. She gets a sub in. If you're Cameron, you're like, whew, Katrina Johnson's out. In comes Tatum Stowe.
Right. There honestly is no break with the middles with this Lady Buff volleyball team.
Good hustle by Moreland. And it ends up with Tori Miller. And again, that one came off.
She said, I've got the next one.
So the point gives the Aggies the ball, and we're tied 10 serving 10 here in set number 2. And because of the defense, the hitting numbers are low right now. 128 for the Aggies, 196 for the Lady Buffs.
Very low.
Nice up. Sam Jordan pushes it over. Aggies with a chance. And that was touch. It's going to be a point for Cameron. Give that kill to Ariana Navarrete.
Like I was saying before this set started, the opposites are definitely going to have to focus on the block and being disciplined on the block.
Point West Texas A&M. Service error. Really, Cameron, I mean, you're fighting so tough. You cannot have those kind of mistakes. I mean,
11-all.
But some confidence definitely being shown here tonight by the visitors from Lawton, Oklahoma. Patterson serves for West Texas A&M. Set was a little off. Timing not there. Attack error. So it's 2 errors in a row here for Cameron, and you just don't want to start doing that. They did it a little bit in set 1. That gave the Lady Buffs kind of some confidence, got them going.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely been a lot of momentum swings during this match.
Pass way off the mark, so that'll be an ace for Emma Patterson. Cameron last Saturday was swept by Lubbock Christian, but you go back to last Friday, and they played Eastern New Mexico really close, lost in 5 sets, but it has been the last time that Cameron won a match, September 8th against Western New Mexico. Moreland outside to Tori. They tried to slow her down.
They did. She did a great job of powering through that block. In a way, she was kind of trapped, so she had no other choice but to bring down the hammer. Not the Thor hammer.
Right.
Just the Tory hammer.
That's right. So Miller able to tool the block there, and the Lady Buffs have a 14-11 lead. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with more volleyball from the box right after this.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the box. You see head coach Kendra Potts. Right now, the Lady Buffs, fourth-year head coach, what a job she has done as the leader for West Texas A&M coming into tonight. Kendra, 78 wins, only 20 losses, and a team right now, Corin, we've seen them throughout the season. You were on the team last year. You know this team had so much success last year. They got a taste of it, made it to the Elite Eight, and they want to get back there so bad. And it's a process, though. You got to continue to get better. Tonight, Cameron gave them a good challenge.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, this is a very hungry Lady Buff volleyball team, but it's always good to have that challenge so that when you are in playoffs and you're really having to battle for that win, you have that kind of in your back pocket, you know? I've been in this position before.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do to be able to get out of it.
Patterson to serve for West Texas A&M. Lady Buffs starting to kind of pull away a little bit here. The 4-point advantage. Cameron has led by as many as 2 here in this set. The kick save, but that was 4 called against Cameron. Again, applaud the effort. They have done everything they can to get balls back up today.
A very, very scrappy team. And you have to be when you're playing WT, who is a very strong offensive and defensive team.
Bump set, roll to the outside. Somebody in the net? Yes. Was it Tatum Stowe maybe that they caught in the net?
I think that he held up a number 4.
Okay.
So.
I want to mention tonight the broadcast being sponsored by Dan Schumann of Edward Jones, our volleyball broadcast sponsor this season. So we appreciate all the support from Dan Schumann of Edward Jones. Good pass from Contreras. And again, if the pass basically just falls right into Moreland's hand, she didn't even have to move a step. She knows right where she's going to put it to Stowe.
That was a perfectly executed play by every person involved. Great work. And that just goes to show how important it is to get your pass to target.
Yeah. Wow, good save by Cameron as the set was way off. Navarrete was still able to save it. Good rally going on back here. That one hit the antenna. Point will go to the Lady Buffs. They'll extend the lead 19-12.
Something that I've seen the Lady Buffs do a very good job of tonight. Cameron's offense is a little bit higher, and so the timing on that block is based on how high the set is.
Okay.
And they've done a very good job at timing it, getting a touch wherever they can. They've done a really good job on that.
Could not save that one there, so a much-needed point for the Aggies. These Lady Buffs were on a nice run. Back to just a 5-point lead here. 13 serving 18. Look over the last 24. Oh, there's Katrina again.
The hammer.
I don't know if there's much you can do about that. I just have not seen teams be very effective defending Katrina in the middle.
I wouldn't say it's a whiff, but it's not hard enough to be like a hole-in-the-floor kill.
Right.
But it's almost impossible to get up.
Every superhero has their power.
They do.
Katrina Johnson, we know what hers is. Good block touch by both Johnson and Becker. And then a block.
Wow. I wonder what her wingspan is.
Yeah, then we'll see one of those big posters right of Katrina, life size with the arms stretched out. It's a 20-13 lead for West Texas A&M. Let's stay here. I'm going to see if I can pull up some scores. There are only 2 other matches going on tonight. I mentioned that Dallas Baptist taking on St. Edwards, and then also tonight in conference play, UT Tyler on the road at Arkansas Fort Smith. As you look at the standings, we'll see if we can get some scores. St. Mary's is up in 4th place at 10-3. UT Tyler, we saw the Patriots earlier in the season. They're a really talented team. They're 8-3. Kingsville is 8-3. Angelo State at 7-5. This is the crunch time at the end of the regular season. There's teams vying for positions, trying to make it into that postseason tournament. So much at stake. And I think even for a team like Cameron tonight, we're seeing in the Lone Star Conference, you know this, Corin, from playing in this conference, you got to bring your A game every night.
Absolutely. It really does not matter who you're playing, where you're playing, or what the record has been throughout the season. We saw this last year in the LSC Conference Tournament. I mean, there were teams there were upsets. There were upsets every single day that we were there. And, you know, it just goes to show you do have to be on your A game.
DBU and St. Edwards are in the first set. There's a nice kill for Cameron, by the way. That one goes to Ariana Navarrete. So it's 4-4 early on in Austin at the Recreation and Convocation Center. But here's a little bit of a surprise maybe. Arkansas Fort Smith up 1-0 in the match, and also up 14-8 in set number 2 against the Patriots of UT Tyler.
This is definitely, like, very uncharacteristic of UT Tyler.
Tori, I tell you what, give some credit to Megan Jimenez there, because Tori just obliterated that ball, and it nearly almost got up into the neck area of Jimenez. It didn't hit the floor initially, so goodness.
She took it like a champ.
Yes. Libero, 5'3" junior from Lubbock, Texas, transfer from Vernon College. She's tough. Block party. See, that's what I'm talking about. Emma reminds me, her personality, just her confidence on the court, of Tori Miller a little bit.
Absolutely. She feeds off of her, too, which is really awesome.
Becker will come out. We'll see in for the Lady Buffs, Ainsley Meisner, the sophomore, 6'2" product out of Austin. A lot of height on this team this year.
A lot of height. A lot of good depth.
Tip shot handled easily by Sam Jordan. I don't know if Katrina's missed tonight. Look at the stats here.
It looks like she's hitting right over that block. And really, what can you do?
She has missed a few, but she's still .667 on her attack percentage. Third in kills with 4.
That's incredible.
Lady Buffs 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. Close to being out. Lady Buffs play it and pop it over. As that was J.C. Adams on the back row, the freshman from Bushland with the hustle. And
great hustle play.
Safe into second base over there. Malice pops it up. The rally goes on.
Oh!
This is incredible.
My gosh.
And the point is going to go to the Aggies. Both teams back and forth.
Wow.
And the crowd giving their appreciation to both sides. 15 serves 23.
I don't know if you saw WT's bench over here, but they almost came onto the court.
Right. Those plays can really fire you up. Sam Jordan, good hustle again from the libero over there, Jimenez. Set was a little off, so just had to push it over. Malice, good dig. Contreras hustles over to get a set. But here's a free ball for Cameron. Somebody in the net. Lady Buffs score, so back-to-back points for Cameron. And we'll see if the Aggies can mount a little bit of a comeback here.
You know, those are the points that you have to build on, especially coming off of a really long rally, winning the rally, and then forcing them into an error.
Alice Tucci serves for Cameron. Good recovery by Contreras to keep it alive. And excellent defense at the net for Cameron. Give credit to Natalia Arajo there, and also number 5, Trinity Maldonado. She's a junior from Colorado Springs. 3 straight for the Aggies.
Kudos to their block. They have really made their presence known on the front line, challenging WT.
That one hit the floor. Good hustle.
That tip shot right to the middle for Sam Jordan. She was able to find one that worked for her.
So it's set point here for the Lady Buffs, leading 24-17. Contreras puts it over. Nearly an ace. And that one left for Tatum Stowe to put down.
What do you say? Was that a 3-footer?
Yeah, she's just standing right there. 25-17, the Lady Buffs take the second set and lead 2-0 here at the box. We'll take a timeout, come back, and start set number 3. You're watching West Texas A&M and Cameron right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. T-shirts coming our way. Watch out.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie side.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome back to the box. Lucas Kinsey, Corin Davis, Thunder Vision production team hanging out with you tonight. Glad to have you joining us for the broadcast. Again, the broadcast tonight being brought to you by Dan Schumann of Edward Jones. And Corin, right now, after the first set, things were pretty even statistically. After the second set, the Lady Buffs take that one in that second set. Pull that down, 25-17, 25-17, so even scores. But for WT, defensively, kind of pulling away.
Yes, we definitely saw a breakthrough there, getting a little bit scrappier, and then also their offense is executing. They're able to put away balls that in the first set they weren't able to because they were out of system. So we're seeing a more polished WT team. They're able to work through those challenges and really grow, figure out, what do I need to do better?
Yeah.
Which is very important, especially this late in the season.
And give credit to Cameron. They battled hard in that second set, had the lead early. It was halfway through when WT really started to pull apart. You're going to give Oliver a point there, Angelina Oliver, and that's who will serve here for West Texas A&M. Transfer from New Mexico Highlands, and she'll get a service ace. So a great start here for number 19.
She's also one that hasn't skipped a beat either. She's been able to adapt to the way Lady Buff Volleyball does their business. And when I interviewed her a few weeks ago, she just had a bright smile on her face. It was like she was home.
That'll be a point there for Cameron. Nicely done on the outside. Give the point to number 11, Ariana Neverett. That's what I've seen over the last couple of years here of covering WT Corn is these players that transfer over. Last year Abby Nash. It's like, man, I'm just glad to be here, and not just glad to be winning, but glad to be a part of a family atmosphere.
This program is so unique in that there is that family aspect, that they make you feel as home make you feel like you're at home as best they can. Especially, the coaches, they go to the grocery store, they get you groceries, whatever you need. We send out lists, they go to Sam's. And Kendra's like a mom. She's the team mom, which is really good for those girls who live so far away from their home.
Malice, the setter, puts it outside. Oh, okay. Tori Miller, she's not messing around here in this third set.
Do you see a dent in the floor over there?
I do. Yeah, I do.
They're going to need to get that fixed up.
Tori may have a date later tonight. She has somewhere to be. I don't know. She is trying to end this match in a hurry. It is 5-1. And right now, Cameron, Brandon Stevenson's team, they got to find that fight that they had, because that's what has kept them close in the first two sets. There's some of that fight at the net. Good job for Cameron. Caitlin Henderson gets in the vision there of the Lady Buffs defensively there. So it's 2 serving 5. Ariana Neverett with her approach. So Cameron with a mistake there.
They were probably trying to reach for the hammer.
Right.
She's been hitting over them all night, so they're trying to make adjustments.
How many times does that happen when you're up at the net where you don't even realize you're in the net? I mean, it's hard, right?
You just want it so badly.
Yeah.
And then you hear the whistle, and you're like, well, you're probably right. I was in the net.
Becker tools the block, scores the point. So efficiency, the name of the game here, efficiency and power for West Texas A&M here in the third set. The attack percentage now up to nearly 300 for West Texas A&M after that point. Cameron just 110, and Aggies out of rotation.
Those are points that you cannot afford to give up.
I know you work for Press Pass Sports, do some stuff with Cale Steve. I just heard his favorite cheer in all of America. Just for our buddy, you can't do that.
Oh my gosh, I hope he's listening right now and he hears that.
That was for you, Cale.
Sending lots of love from the box.
Miller with the dig. Look at the hustle from Malice. Jordan tries to get one over, but good hustle by Cameron. And the rally goes on. Malice will try Becker. Neither team able to find a spot to this point. What a block. Touch by the Aggies. Goodness. Players are getting tired. The up from Cameron. Got to get it over. They do. Good hustle by Jimenez. Sam Jordan rears back.
Wow.
Off the hands. That's exhausting.
They're going to need a few minutes to we've got girls tying shoes. Those are good teammates right there.
So it's a 7-point advantage here for Miller. All smiles. It's the call in. And we'll put this serve over. Again, second on the team this year serving with serving aces. Came into tonight with 21. Lady Buffs tonight as a team with 9 service aces. And that's just becoming a standard. I mean, they're getting close to double digits in nearly every match from the service line.
Which is incredible. It shows just how much discipline they have behind the service line. Because at the end of the day, you can practice serving all day long, but it's a game between the ears.
Yep. Sam Jordan denied. Excellent job Again, Natalia Arawusho. She's done a good job tonight. One of several players from Brazil, from Osasco, Brazil, a transfer from Indian Hills Community College.
You see how they do things in Brazil.
I want to know that transition from Brazil to Lawton, Oklahoma, how that is. And I can say that because I'm from the Sooner State. So, but we did always enjoy our trips to Aggie Gym.
You're right. It does have that home feel, that gym. I will say it's a little bit darker than the box.
Yes, has a yellowish tint,
yes.
Right? And some good basketball games over there. Lady Buffs hustle and keep this ball alive. Sam Jordan will put it over. And it misses. That's good eyes on the back row there by Ariana Navarrete.
Very good discipline.
For WT, Piper Warren on the floor right now. Piper, 5'6", product out of Amarillo. Transfer from Tyler Junior College. Becker.
Wow.
The Aggies with some fire, some passion, and you should, because I'm watching Becker just fly in the air, put a good swing on that ball. She still got blocked.
They did a great job of timing it and keeping their shoulders strong and their hands strong too, because if you let up in any of those areas, that's where Becker can tool off of you.
Cameron on a run, and they block Katrina Johnson. It's now a 1-point advantage. It was 9-2. And the Aggies have scored 6 straight.
Here's that momentum swing I was talking about.
Well, here's a little bit of that offensive lineman mentality from their head coach, Brandon Stevenson.
He probably has them doing push-ups.
Nearly a service ace. Great job by Malice, the setter, to save that ball. How did she avoid going into the net? Your setter sometimes has to be an acrobat.
Absolutely, especially, the ball's super, super tight. She did a great job of putting it in Sam's hands, too.
So that snaps the 6-point streak that Cameron was on. Lady Buffs lead by 2. Becker denied. Oliver, good dig by Cameron as Tucci pops it up. Malice with another dig. Jordan off hands, points.
It's like it was a touch.
Okay.
And that's what you're going to have to do when you see that your team is getting blocked. I don't think that you should let up. I don't think that you should tip. I don't think you should roll shot. I think you should find another way around the block. And Sam did a great job of that.
That was her 5th kill. Sam, 5 kills, 3 digs. Tori Miller leads the team with 11 kills, needs one more dig for yet another double-double. Another point for the Lady Buffs, so the lead stretched to 4. A timeout taken by Cameron. We'll step aside as well, with WT leading here in set number 3, trying to complete another sweep and trying to win for a 14th straight time. We're back after these messages here on the LSC Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Welcome back to the box. Crowd enjoying this one tonight on Dig Pink Night at the box. We started off. There's Sarah Ramey. Yes, we noticed Sarah in pregame. Not just the pink shirt. She's got the pink headband. There's Bucky dancing with the crowd.
Ramey is killing the fit tonight.
Oh, yeah.
She did a 10 out of 10 job.
And West Texas A&M leads here in set number 3, 12-8 over a very scrappy Cameron Aggies team. The Lady Buffs, again, hit the road and head to Silver City, New Mexico, where they will take on the Mustangs Friday night. And then next week back at home to wrap up the regular season against Texas A&M Kingsville and then Texas A&M International. There's Angelina Oliver, who's able to score. And we'll see if, Cameron made the run, Court, and they got it to 9-8. And just like we've seen in the first 2 sets, what do the Lady Buffs do? Refocus, go on a run.
There's definitely a lot of problem solving on the Lady Buff side of things, trying to figure out what works, what's not working. You know, you get blocked a few times. What do we do now? How do we stay aggressive? And they're figuring that out.
Well, and right now you're seeing it with a lineup that's a lot different. And that's a good thing for the Lady Buffs. When you have that depth, you never know when you're going to need it, even into the postseason.
And I think that is what essentially separates this Lady Buff team. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. There was no way that was coming back up.
Angelina Oliver.
Great play. But yes, something that separates this Lady Buff team from the rest is their ability to bring in depth and then be able to perform.
That ball from Oliver slammed down, and it was down the line. Good dig from Blair Moreland. Free ball coming for the Aggies, though. They run the slide, and the Lady Buffs return it. It's an overpass, but they still got it back up. Block. And it's crazy, Corin, because Oliver, she's really talented, and there's been some matches where she's played more, but a lot of times she doesn't come in until second, maybe third set, and it's instantly she's on her game.
So I was about to say, she is on fire, and we're just seeing her tonight. This is the first time she's made an appearance.
Good touch at the net, slows it down. Oh, what hustle from Patterson to save that ball. They're going to have to get ready again, though, for a big attack from Cameron. And peeking over.
She said, I want that spot.
That's right, Sam Jordan.
She's done a really good job tonight. She's quietly put together a really good night. Some tips she's found have worked for her, some high hands.
Aggies still battling, and they get a point there, trailing by 6. 10 serving 16. Good opportunity here for Cameron. Can they capitalize? No. Vineyard, big swing, just missed. So it's another point for the Aggies. They get a couple in a row here, cut it to 5.
You have to give it to Vineyard, though. You could see she was going for high hands. Very, very aggressive play.
Contreras bumps it out to Jordan. Good athleticism to tip that one over. Whistle. Violation against West Texas A&M. And 3 straight points for the Aggies. Has cut the lead back to just 4. Coach Potts getting an explanation from the down ref. We haven't had many stoppages of play. I mean, there's been challenges or really much arguing from either side. It's been pretty smooth.
Pretty calm.
From that standpoint. Oliver runs the slide.
She hasn't been calm, though. Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Bringing the thunder tonight. Number 19, Angelina Oliver.
All right, which Avenger is she?
Wow.
Are we thinking like...
I mean, very powerful, you know, big, strong. I have to think about that one. That one's going to be a service ace for J.C. Adams of West Texas A&M. Wearing number 6, 5'4" product out of Bushland.
We'd love to see those local girls.
Good job off the touch. Give that one to Ariana Navarrete for Cameron, leading her team tonight with 9 kills. Her sister with 7, Angelique. They just haven't had as much. I mean, past those two, it's just not much production. Lipkett with 2, Henderson with 2. They've been very scrappy defensively as a team, but offensively, you kind of know where they're going.
Exactly, and you know that's hard to be able to execute when you only have a couple girls really going. and it helps. They're predictable. It helps WT kind of figure out, they're probably going to the outside here.
Yeah. Maybe Hulk smash.
Hulk smash. That's a good
Angelina.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think we have a winner.
Only instead of green, obviously tonight's pink.
Yes.
Oh, and they've got a dance going on as well. That's when you know that it's not good if you're the opposing team, when the Lady Buffs bench is doing choreographed dancing. So.
Looked like they were sliding. Was that a slide?
Yeah. That one goes into the net. Now, Casey's in charge of all the dance routines, right? Casey Shingler?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Next time we need to get him to bust a move. He can do the stanky leg pretty well.
Okay. Cameron gets the point. They trail by 4, 15-19. Abby Nash back on the floor. That swing is out. Was it touched? No.
I think no touch. You can see she's trying to work through some things here. I think she needs to keep going for it.
Sure.
Keep being aggressive.
Yeah.
Hit those high hands.
16 serves 19. Nash nearly over at the Lady Buff bench. Keeps it alive. But Cameron still with a good chance here. Good job at the net. Johnson slows down the attack. Vineyard in.
The lefty.
Good job. She's been efficient tonight.
She has been. Very consistent.
4 kills, 9 attacks for Ashlyn Vineyard. Lady Buffs at 20.
And checking in on the serve, Sonia Parker at 20-16.
Here comes the serve. Number 2, Soraya Parker. And that one goes into the tape and backwards there. So miss hit for Cameron. Point West Texas A&M 21-16. Again, Lady Buffs, number 11 team in the country, and they just have not slowed down. They lost at UT Tyler, what seems like a year ago, but earlier in the season. And since that point, they've reeled off 13 straight. Nash misses on that one, so it's going to be a point for Cameron. But this team focused, determined. They've gotten better and better. The depth improved. You know, we haven't even talked tonight about one of the top players, and that is Cammie Jones, who has a little bit of an injury, going to be out for just a short time. But
she's
that
a fighter.
shows you.
Yep.
Nash rolls it over gently, handled by the Aggies. Going to try a back row attack. Popped up by Contreras. She's had a good night again tonight for the Lady Buffs in the libero spot. That was her 16th dig.
Wow. Becker at it again. She's a dual threat.
So this is a tough question for you, Corn. What is more fun, a big block, okay, on a tough hitter, or that kill that you smash like we've seen Angelina do?
That is a tough question. I really don't know I'm going to say the block.
Okay.
I'm going to say the block.
There's a nice hit in the middle. Cameron has not had as much success offensively in the middle. It's been outside and right side, but that time Henderson was able to put one down. And the Aggies trail by 4. If they're going to make this tight, though, they need to score a couple in a row. Serving is Alice Tucci. Good hustle from Parker. Puts it back to Sam Jordan. And Sam, do they have to replay that? It hit the backboard. No.
I guess not.
That's a kill. That is a kill for Sam Jordan. Her 7th kill. Second on the team tonight. Tatum Stowe has 6. Katrina Johnson with 5. Emma Becker, Ashlyn Vineyard, and Angelina Oliver all with 4. That serve misses. So it gives a point back to the Aggies. 19 will be serving 23.
You have to give it to Cameron. I mean, these sets have been close. They've really been fighting.
Yes.
And some things haven't gone their way, but they've kind of capitalized on the things that have gone their way.
Nice dig. Having to adjust on the swing. And a whistle.
Net violation.
Lady Buffs Kendra Potts looks confused. Says, who was in the net? We haven't talked about this, but I looked down at the roster, Corin. Only one senior for Cameron. Everybody else, freshman, a couple, 3 juniors, freshman, sophomore, a lot of youth.
That's very promising because what I'm seeing is a scrappy, gritty team here.
Not backing down. Another good dig there. I mean, Becker, we've seen Becker, Tori Miller, Kayla Elliott with some players, Abby Nash, really with some hard swings that Cameron has found a way to at least keep in play.
Mm-hmm.
It's 21 serving 23. Here the Aggies with a chance. In set number 3, Lady Buffs lead the match 2-0. One-hand punch at that ball. They're going to go back to Arawusho. Good block touch by the Aggies. Really making the Lady Buffs work for this one. And that swing, Oliver missed it.
Looks like they're calling
Lady Buffs
maybe
thought
a
it was
touch.
Was it off of the head, perhaps?
I couldn't tell.
I didn't know if I didn't see hands initially, but we couldn't get through a match without a challenge, right?
Right.
So Kendra
Potts. Gotta make it
Potts.
interesting.
And I thought it was funny last year. We'll stay here and we'll see what the officials determine. But last year there was a match, Corin, you may remember this, where Coach Potts had challenged, and she usually always gets the challenges right. Well, there was a play where, to the fans, it looked pretty obvious that the Lady Buffs didn't get the call. Coach Potts still went with the challenge, and afterwards, in talking to her husband, Jim, he said, I knew exactly what she was doing. She was trying to slow the game down a little bit, and asked her later, and she said, yeah, I knew that. I wasn't going to get that call. So
she's very smart. She's a very, very smart coach. This is a very well-coached Lady Buff volleyball team.
Well, and she always has great assistants as well. We talked about Casey Shingler. This year, Brooke Alverson comes over for West Texas A&M, does a great job as well. But it's just this program right now, how can you, if you're a volleyball player that's being recruited, especially at this level, not want to come play? This home crowd, this environment, this team seems fun, but it's not just about fun, it's about hard work, and it's about really challenging yourself to be the best in the country.
Absolutely. I learned so much personally from playing in the WT volleyball program. I mean, they're truly incredible coaches, players, all around. The fans are wonderful. I learned a lot mentally.
What are the practices like, Corin? I mean, it's so much fun, it seems like, but I know there's a lot of competitors, not just with the players, but with the coaches as well. Take us into a practice.
Absolutely. The early mornings, the 4:30 a.m.s, waking up for a 6 a.m., those are pretty brutal. Those are pretty brutal, but it's always competitive. I can't say I ever left not drenched in sweat. We break up into core, so defense goes on one side, front row goes on the other side, and we break down fundamentals, and then we come together, and that's where the competition happens. That's when it really comes in, and it does get heated from time to time, definitely. But
that brings out the best in players, right? I mean,
sure, absolutely, and we all know it's coming from a loving place, and so we can all hug each other after the practice and be like, thank the Lord we're on the same team.
Still taking some time looking at this review.
I saw you bust out the binoculars there.
Well, what I've learned, you wouldn't think you'd have to use binoculars at a volleyball match, but if the official does what they're doing right now, I'll let you take a look, Corin. You can almost take a peek and see.
Oh, wow.
At what they're trying to look at. Obviously, what they're trying to look at here is whether that ball was touched.
Is there a focus?
By a Cameron player. And I know that I've had Brad Stark, who's down there at the table, the public address announcer, tell me there are some times where he's sitting right next to him and he can't even tell how close it is on what they call the micro touch.
Well, I appreciate him taking so much time to really, truly analyze that. Because sometimes that can be the difference between a win or a loss.
Right.
When it comes down to it. The nitty-gritty, I mean, it's 23-22.
And that point stays with Cameron. They determined that it was not touched by an Aggie player. And the ball stays with Megan Jimenez, who tonight He's done a good job for Cameron, 7 digs. It's interesting, the leader for Cameron in the digs department is Ariana Navarrete. She's got 15 digs with 9 kills.
Props to her. She's had a really great night, both front row and back row.
Miller pops that ball high in the air, gives plenty of time for Malice to get it to Jordan. A good hustle from Jimenez. Contreras does the same thing on the other side. Becker denied, and that block lands in. Point Cameron. We're tied.
You've got to give it to them. They're putting up a fight. They are not backing down. This is a really gritty Cameron team. And they're young, like you said. Very promising for their future, years to come.
Aggies trying to push this thing to a 4th set. Oliver has other plans. Angelina puts it down, and it's now set point. So if you're the Aggies, you got to really dig down here and challenge the Lady Buffs, try to tie it up again. It's 24 serving 23. Emma Becker, ball in her hands. Good pass, set in the middle, good hands. Becker handled that one. Tori Miller, block, touch. Good block touch by the Lady Buffs.
In the net.
WT
Somebody's
was in the net.
Wow.
Okay, point to the Aggies, so it's 24-24. Back to serve, Natalia Arawusho. Oh, and it drifts out. You can see the Cameron bench just kind of hang their head. And, we needed that one to be in. Match point for the second time here for the Lady Buffs. Sam Jordan to serve. Block is down from Angelina Oliver. 14 in a row for the Lady Buffs as they win it 26-24. They complete the sweep, and West Texas A&M improves to 21-4 this season. Before you head downstairs for an interview, Court, your thoughts quickly on this one for the Lady Buffs and the Aggies.
I saw a lot of problem solving tonight from the Lady Buffs, and I saw a lot of fight from the Aggies. It was a really great game. They didn't let down. They kept fighting till the end. You've got to give them props to that. No matter record, they hung in there, especially in the box. But great performance by the Lady Buffs.
So West Texas A&M wins this one 25-17, 25-17, and 26-24, completing the sweep. We'll take a timeout, come back, we'll have the post-game show for you here from the box as the Lady Buffs win it and improve to 21-4 on the season. We're back after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the box. West Texas A&M victorious tonight in a sweep over a gritty Cameron Aggies squad as the Lady Buffs win at 3-0, but the sets 25-17, 25-17, and 26-24. So West Texas A&M again wins again for a 14th straight time. 10 of those 14 have been sweeps, which is so impressive for the Lady Buffs tonight. Dig pink night, and so a lot of pink in the stands, and it was awesome how they started the match off. The very first point that was scored, the fans threw the pink streamers out onto the court, and that was pretty cool to see as well. So West Texas A&M victorious and improves to 21 wins, just 4 losses, perfect 13-0 in Lone Star Conference play. Checking the Lone Star Conference scoreboard, an upset tonight in Austin. St. Edwards defeats Dallas Baptist in a sweep, 3-0. So an impressive win there for the Hilltoppers. In fact, DBU was number 2 in the conference, a game behind the Lady Buffs, so now they're 2 matches behind. Also an upset brewing in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, another team that was at the top tier of the Lone Star Conference standings. UT Tyler trails 2-0. They're in the third set, and they trail in the third set 22-15. Again, the Patriots on the road at Arkansas Fort Smith. So you're looking at 2 of the top 4 teams potentially going down tonight in Lone Star Conference action, and that shows you how challenging it is to win matches in this conference. For West Texas A&M tonight in the sweep, a lot of players that did solid production. You know, look at the top. Tori Miller led the way with 11 kills and 9 digs. But they had a lot of balance. Sam Jordan, who I think Corin Davis is going to get a chance to visit with post-game, had 7 kills and 3 digs. Tatum Stowe was good with 6 kills, very efficient, hitting .667 tonight. Also, Angelina Oliver just continues to impress, just gets better and better every time she steps on the court. 5 kills for Angelina on 8 swings, had 3 blocks as well. Katrina Johnson, 5 kills, 3 blocks. Emma Becker tonight, 4 kills, a couple of digs, a couple of blocks as well for the freshman. Ashland Vineyard got the start tonight and did a great job. 4 kills, 9 swings, hit .333. Abby Nash, a couple of kills. And that's where the kill production finishes up. Defensively, the Lady Buffs, a lot of players that did good work tonight. Ainsley Malice with a double-double. She gets 10 digs and 16 assists. Briley Contreras played libero again tonight and did fantastic, 16 digs. Also had 2 service aces as well for the Lady Buffs. 3 digs for Sam Jordan, 4 digs for Blair Moreland. Blair also had 18 assists from the setter position. For Cameron tonight in the loss, 2 players really led the way offensively. The Navarrete sisters, Angelique and Ariana, 9 kills each. Angelique hit .304 in the match. Ariana had 15 digs, and so she did a great job as well for the Aggies. 3 kills for Caitlin Henderson, 2 for Jessica Lipkett and Natalia Araujo. So we're getting closer to being ready for our post-game interview, as it'll be Corin Davis. It's going to visit with Sam Jordan. And let's head down to Corin Davis, standing courtside with a very happy number 23, Sam Jordan. Go ahead, Corin.
Sam, what a night. You put together a great night, 7 kills. Talk to me about what you were seeing up there on that block.
Oh my gosh, well, that was like the best blocking team in the conference so far, so it was really awesome to just like try to work around it and stuff, but super proud of the overall win.
There were definitely a lot of momentum swings. What do you feel was the difference for you guys in this win?
Honestly, Angelina, she came in rock solid. Her and Katrina had such a fantastic night, and I think that was just the spark we needed.
We were watching on the bench. You guys celebrate so well. It looks like you guys encourage each other. Talk to me about that camaraderie.
I mean, the bench plays a huge part in our win. I mean, when they're fired up, we're fired up, and we know that we get into the other team's head, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the win, Sam.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Corin, and we'll see if Coach Potts makes her way out. We'll go back down and hopefully get a chance to visit with Kendra. But the final tonight, 26-24 in the third set. The first 2 were both 25-17, 25-17. West Texas A&M taking the first 2 sets. Go back to Cameron, and we'll finish up the stats here for the Aggies. Mention Ariana Navarrete with the 9 kills and also 15 digs. Great defense played by number 11. Megan Jimenez, 9 digs from the libero for the Aggies. Getting in on the defensive mix as well was number 16. She had a great match tonight, Natalia Araujo, as she had 6 digs and also 6 blocks. She did a really good job at the net for the Cameron Aggies, who tonight fall in this one. Their overall record goes to 5 wins, 23 losses. Still looking for that first win in Lone Star Conference action at 0-13. But again, I'm going to say this, that we saw a solid fight tonight from this Cameron Aggies team. And it's a team that is going to just keep getting better and better with the youth that they have on their program. So I was impressed to see they did not back down tonight at all from the Lady Buffs. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout here, Jacob, see if we're going to catch Coach Potts. If not, we'll wrap this thing up here from the box as the Lady Buffs sweep it tonight over Cameron 3-0. You're watching Lady Buff Volleyball. Actually, let's stay here. I see Coach Potts hustling over, and so we'll do a last-minute change up here, and we'll visit. Corin, you got head coach Kendra Potts. Take it away.
Wow, what a night. First of all, I want to talk about this environment. You guys incorporating the fans in Peak Out. It was electric. Talk to me about this atmosphere.
Well, it was really, I don't know. I thought that was a very cool moment after the first point of the night to throw those streamers. I did not know how it was going to go, and then when I saw it, I was like, this is it's kind of magical, and it was a good way to celebrate and just acknowledge this month of being breast cancer awareness. And we were talking about it today as a team, and everybody has been affected some way, somehow by it. And so I just thought it was a good good way to make a point of what this month is all about.
Absolutely. It was truly incredible. And talking about volleyball, we saw a lot of your depth tonight really come in and take care of business. How important is that?
It's huge, especially for this time of the year. You get late into season, and we have some injuries going on the roster right now. And so, honestly, we always call it our 120th, and we're only as good as our 120th. And we got to see that tonight. I'm so proud of Angelina, so proud of Ashlyn, so proud of Katrina, and then also our first contact. I don't know. I could just go on and on about each of them, but super proud of the depth.
As you guys go into these last few games of conference, you're about to make headway into postseason. So what is kind of the message for your team as you go into these next few games?
We want to fine tune some little things. We're just talking little things like coverage to transition. How can we clean that up? Our first contact and serve receive against a really good serving team, and just like specific things that we want to make sure we feel confident in. My biggest thing is I want all of these girls to know that they're capable and they're confident going into postseason.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
All right, great job down there for us, Corin. And, again, good things from Coach Potts and also Sam Jordan, as well as the Lady Buffs win it again and improve on the season to 21-4 overall. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up. I want to thank our Thunder Vision production team director tonight, Jacob Griffin. Great job on the cameras. Excellent work hustling DJ Brooks, Dylan McMullen, and Gavin Rutherford Baca. Corin Davis, again, great to have her analysis. Such a smart young lady, very talented, and enjoy having her up here with me on the broadcast, hoping that we're going to get her a couple more times. And perhaps if the Lady Buffs keep winning, they should be hosting the Lone Star Conference tournament, and that'll be a lot of fun as well. So we appreciate everyone watching tonight on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We want to thank our sponsor for the Lady Buff Volleyball broadcast, Dan Schumann of Edward Jones. Appreciate his support. For Corin Davis, for the Thunder Vision production team, I'm Lucas Kinsey saying good night.